Hello and welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. I really love this antique book. I'm a big fan and I've done dozens and dozens of them. This beautiful covers with the Victorian women on them. And this is an original plate here on this book. And I just love it. The Romance of Terence O'Rourke. It's all intact here. I was able to keep it intact, and I got some new vintage beads, which I just am in love with. They match the cover perfectly, and some beautiful ribbons. So before I put it in my Etsy shop, I'm going to do a little video here so you can see all of the really overstuffed dozens and dozens of antique pages and treasures inside. No commercial products at all. Here's the original first page with the inscription, "To Mother from Frank and David, birthday 1910. It was such a big deal to get a book as a gift, sort of, you know, for us. There's not even a comparison anymore. 10 years ago, it would have been a CD or a DVD. That's what it would have been like. There's the original first page, and this beauty is from 1907. It's a second edition. This is the spine of another book that didn't quite make it. So I just used it as a belly band. And then this beautiful 1930s card, "Greetings to a Darling Mother," and it's got the original ribbon still in here and this foil, big deal to have foil, and then this lovely little piece inside here. And I love it. I love it so much. And yeah, very special. That is from the early 1900s, from an English garden book. And then this is a beautiful vintage book page as well. Same with down here. And then look at this wonderful 1938 set of stamps. Isn't that fun? So you can use that as your own cluster, make it into a little booklet, but you can have fun with that. And here is a little watchman's dial plate from the 1890s. And that would have been used by the night guards to clock their shifts. That is a vintage pattern instruction sheet. And then I really love this. Look at this beautiful, the Open Book of the Heavens. The graphic there is just stunning. I love it. That's my centerpiece there. And then this is from the early 1900s, almost like a lithograph kind of thing. And then this here is a 1936 Paris, France almanac. Look at that wonderful artwork there. Isn't that great? So you can have a lot of fun with that. Put that through Google Translate. See all the cool things that it says there. And then over here, more vintage. This is from a very old early 1900s book. It's a piece of a map. And then this here is from the 1930s Beatrix Potter book. Look how sweet. The owner of this book, it was in such bad condition, they tried taping every single page together. So I kept the story and the double plate there together on that one. And this is from an 1800s book here, this beautiful plate. And I love the rust marks where the staples were in the book down the side. So you can journal here as well. And then here is a beautiful, about a 60-year-old hanky. It was never purchased, so it's brand new, but old. I keep saying that, but that is the best way to describe it. Here's a 1955 Road Maps of America book from, 1955, that's right. That is 50-year-old Chantilly lace from a wedding dress, and this is vintage lace here as well. Now look at this. Oh, that is spectacular. I wish this was like feel-o-vision so that you could feel this. It's fuzzy and it's super embossed. And look at that beautiful little picture there of the mountains, or sorry, the trees and the hills. There's a waterfall here. It's stunning. And look at that. Oh, I just love it so much. And so this here is from about 1905. And back here is just an 1800s arithmetic page from a school book. And I put antique paper on the back for journaling. And that's all mounted on top of this antique music sheet. And look at this, people. This is a stereoscope from the 1890s as well. And it's got God Bless Father, God Bless Mother, and God Bless Santa Claus. Isn't that sweet? I just love it so much. So I'm going to put that back in here. It's got a little crack in the bottom, so be careful with it if you're the new owner of this book. Here is a Child's Garden of Verses from the 20s. And then this is really cool from 1905. Look at this. It is a cursive writing exercise book for students. Bill, 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 Bill. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? And then, so learning how to do bees. I love it. Garden of Verses, wonderful little poems there. And then you can use this vintage Monopoly money to journal on the back of. I got a great little vintage crocheted rose here. Rosette. This is also from a vintage book, beautiful color sheet from Lassie from the 50s, and you can journal on the back of that as well. I like adding inserts that are colorful because my books are very neutral toned just because I use authentic antique paper. And then this is from a 1960s payday game. You can journal on there too. Have fun with that, making collages. And this is from a 50-year-old Trees of America book. Love it. That is a quad pocket there. It's actually two separate pockets put together. Ave Maria, that's a beautiful song there. And then A Party for Ben, a little 1940s children's book there. And this is a 1950s bingo card. I got that, a whole game of them, so I've got quite a few. It's fun, and there's more of that Highways of America roadmap book page. And then I've got another 4 things in here. We'll start with this one. Look how pretty that is from the early 1920s, Wee Willie Winkie. Very famous old story. And this piece here, look at this. Look how fun! A chair of their own. How to make a little, we call that an Adirondack chair or a Muskoka chair. In Canada, we call it Muskoka chair. And then we've got these wonderful advertisements. So just a really, really fun piece from the 40s. A little Danish book here, little cartoons. And then this is a very, very old book page here from a school book, but I like it because of the foxed antique page there. So I thought that was kind of fun as well. And that is from an early 1900s Birds of North America book. You'll see a lot of these coming up. And then this is from my 1946 Raggedy Ann book. Antique paper on the back of that as well. And then we've got more owls over here. And I love this is from a little book from a student, Wayne Sallows, and he scribbled on here, but I liked it because there were these original first pages, so you can journal on there as well. I just thought that was kind of fun to keep it all intact instead of removing it just because it had some scribbles. That's just a little vintage music sheet with one side blank. And I just really like this. Oh, Janet, oh. Look, Janet, look, see, look and see. You got a little leg. It's so sweet, and that is a vintage piece of embroidery there. And this is another one of these wonderful Pennsylvania souvenir napkins from the 70s, so 50 years old. And this is from a vintage flower book. You can journal in there as well. And I love this 1950s crochet piece here, Fairy Grove. I should have saved that for my fairy book, but it's here now. Frosty Star, and this is a hand-typed research paper, and the research is on 1886, the American side of the case. So that's pretty cool. You can journal all over that as well. And then this is a really great little poem here with a really beautiful little image there, Pomona, and that is from the early 1900s, as is this one here, from a different school book. And this is from my wonderful 1925 Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass, an iconic image here, Alice and Humpty Dumpty. I think that is, that's not Fred Astaire. I don't know who that is. I wish I did. But look at these wonderful dances, and that is from a 1940s Theatre World magazine. More children's book pages. That's from the 1800s there. Look at how pretty the bluebird is. I was tempted to color it in. I really was. And I just love it. Early 1900s vintage ledger sheet. And this is from a vintage nature book. And I made a little pocket here. This fell out of a book. Memo from William Thornton Spence, MD. Isn't that cool? A little doctor's memo pad. A little foxing at the top. Have fun with that as well. There we go. Another bird here. And this is from a vintage, almost antique book. I just love the style, the design of the art that the artist did that with. Another wonderful children's book page here, 1800s here. And the end of the quest is the last page of the book. And we're done. I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. It's in my Etsy shop now, hyperstamper.etsy.com. And don't forget to subscribe. See you soon.